From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time now for Campo's Corner here on the Horse's Mouth, brought to our good friends at Hot Spring Spas, and here at Tommy Max, of course, at my bar. And guess what? My friends are here, which is always fun. But you know what? People that come up that aren't friends initially, they always end up being my friends, so it's always a good thing. But these three have been friends for a long time, and looking forward to it. We're talking a little ball. We're going to talk a little fitness as well. We got Brian Barker, who is here. Coach Campo is here. And my good friend Brandon Floyd from Level Up Fitness Jacks. Let's welcome them in. Brandon, how are you, man?
How are you doing, Tom?
Good to see you again, brother.
Good to see you.
You're looking sharp, as always.
Definitely.
Man, been at Level Up now 7 years.
7 years.
And we've known each other probably, I don't know, 15 years. Something like that. We used to work out in the same gym.
Oh, yeah.
You were always throwing around that 400 pounds. You was nothing. I was so jealous. I was like, dang, I wish I could do that. But it's good to see you, man.
You too, definitely.
How's life going and how's the business going?
Everything is going good. The business is the business within itself. We're constantly growing, developing ways of doing things, getting better. Always try to tell the team and my partner and I, Josh Evans, former Jag.
Josh is great, absolutely.
Right? And we always say,
you coached
hey,
Josh, didn't you?
Josh Evans?
Josh Evans? You didn't, the safety?
No, but I know who he is.
Okay.
Yeah. So I always tell the trainers, being as though we have a lot of ex-athletes, guys, let's just try to be the Alabama of fitness, right?
There you go.
And that's where you take pride and you have that reputation for getting after it. When you go there, you got to get it done. And I think that Alabama is one of those teams that have traditionally kind of had that reputation. So I really try to correlate it with that as far as business.
I tell you what, man. When I see Brian at the gym, let me say hi to everybody. Brian, good to see you, my man. Coach, always a pleasure.
Hey,
I see Brian in the gym on occasion. Every time I'm in the gym, I swear I see at least one person with the form that they're going to hurt themselves. And I always sit there, I'm like, should I say anything?
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to be rude, but man, you're going to screw up your back. You're going to do something bad to yourself if you don't clean up. That's where you guys come in, right? You teach, especially the youth, how to train. And how to functionally train. Back in the 80s, what did we do?
Just throw up as much steel. How much steel as you can.
And that, you know what, Tom, that is, you hit the nail on the head, because even as older guys now, and as you get older, you realize the benefits of it. It's just like when you were young and your parents telling you certain things, and you kind of take it for granted, but then you got older and you look back. We're just trying to stop the look back. And that's really what we're trying to do in fitness, stop the look back. Because if you're able to stop the look back, then you will find that you will be far more successful in that area. Because not only are you able to do it, but you're doing it at only an effective rate to where you are attacking the proper muscles, but you're also rehabbing areas and eliminating injury. And I think that's crucial, Tom.
It is totally crucial. B, you and I continue to work out, man. Why do you work out other than looking as good as you do? 60 years old. The guy looks like he's 40.
Absolutely.
I know.
I turned 60 this summer, and I did a full head-to-toe analysis.
Okay.
And I just want to figure out how to continue, living my best life going forward.
So when you're 80, you want to look 60.
I just want to be able to still do the things I enjoy doing.
And the weight training helps.
Weight training definitely helps. Diet is huge. I learned if I got rid of sugar, which is unfortunately a lot of the breads and pastas, inflammation that hurts every joint that I ever damaged in football goes away, and I'm able to lift and get strong, and then my joints get stronger. So. Yeah.
I tell you, it's the cookies at night. But last night I didn't have any, so I felt good about myself this morning, and my belly felt better. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, I went completely no sugar for 6 months, and a huge change.
Without a doubt.
I mean, I went so lean and felt great. Pain went away, and over the holidays, I like coffee cake. I'd had a bunch of that. I wanted to see if I noticed a difference. For the next 3 days, everything ached, tennis elbow, the knees.
It's wild.
So it just checked that box for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, you stay in shape, man. You keep walk. What do you walk every day?
I walk for about 45 minutes. That's about, I've got a couple of hip replacements. So about the 45-minute mark, I can start to feel the one. And so I get a good 45 minutes, and I do it pretty fast.
Absolutely.
And then I do dumbbells. Light dumbbells, just so that I keep doing something.
Listen, I tell you, for me, mentally, it just keeps my brain moving.
I
think of a lot of things when I'm working out. You got my music on. I'm thinking about deals or relationships or conversations that I'm going to have later in the day, and man, it really brings it all
brings
together.
It all perspective.
You know what I mean?
Connecting those dots, I think, opening up the whole mind, body, and soul connection.
Totally.
And that's so crucial, especially for balance.
Yep.
And I think you hit the nail on the head, Tom. I think for guys like yourself and a lot of us, we need that balance.
Absolutely.
You know, that's something to be accountable for. But also, you know how good it feels when you are sweating and releasing all those toxins out your body?
Yeah.
You know, and it helps get rid of brain fog.
Yep.
And I eliminate the sugar.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's good.
You know, I used to have a lot of it, and I lost like 30 pounds.
It'll drop off.
And
It'll
it
drip
drops
off.
Drip off.
Yeah.
Because that's the strongest. The sugar is one of the strongest
addiction,
addictions.
no doubt.
Right? It's like quote unquote like maybe like a drug, right?
Yeah,
and I'm not
totally.
going to name a cattle drug,
Close,
here, but it is, and that's why that first 30 days you go through actual real relapses.
You too.
When you get off of it.
Yeah, and
you know?
that's the way you build the ability to change. If you can do
the
it
first
for
5 days
30
are tough.
Yeah. And then, but about that, I always tell people in the beginning they start a meal plan and they're like, "Oh man, Coach, I can't eat all this. I feel full." I say in 2 weeks you'll be starving.
Yeah, that's right.
So once that body starts eliminating it, and you start and your body start recognizing like these are real nutrients, then it uses those nutrients. And now you're starving, and then all of a sudden you walk in a restaurant and you can smell the pasta cooking in the back. When you're trying to eat, and you're like, "Oh, I smell it."
Yeah, totally.
You know, then you're in a dog fight.
That's
But
right.
if you can ever get through those 30 days,
Tom, you mentioned the Bryan about he looks young.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's how you feel.
Oh yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah,
Right.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
You want to look young, but in reality, it's what he said about the arms and the
elbows,
all the
knees.
bad
So
things.
we all had injuries and we dealt with pain that was natural to us. That's all we knew.
Yeah.
And you go see a physician and they look at you and go, "Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Are you okay?" It's like, yeah. And like, well, the
manage it.
average person would be in bed.
Right.
Because they couldn't handle this and this and this. And So we're just used to it. And now it's just, how do we...
Listen, I just last night, I got this hamstring thing. I grabbed a bag of ice and I sat on that for like an hour.
Right.
You got to manage. You got to manage. I try to tell my kids, "Hey, you got an injury. You got to manage the injury." And for me, ice is the best. Like,
Yeah.
God.
God.
You got to freeze it.
The
You gotta
best feeling
freeze
on
that
ice
thing,
is when
I
you
think.
when you strain your forearms.
Yeah.
That ice on there. Oh God,
no
you
doubt.
learn to appreciate it. It is. It is
All right,
the
so
best.
you're next to Buddha's, which is one of my favorite Thai restaurants in Jack's Beach, right? What is that? Across the street from Mushroom?
Mellow Mushroom,
Yep.
Buddha's Belly. You got Round Bird Coffee right there.
Good.
And so, but yeah, we're right there, right.
All ages.
All ages,
males,
from
females,
8
whatever.
years old all the way to 80 or
Okay.
90 years old. And what it is, you're going in there and we're actually making the programs developmentally appropriate for each individual.
Yep.
Whether you're an athlete or you're just simply trying to be more mobile in life, we make sure that we create the programs and our trainers are skilled enough to identify what you need, and then
Beautiful.
from there we make it happen.
Okay, as we wrap up, we'll just throw in a little ball into the mix, if we will. I'm going to start with you, B. What kind of coach you think this organization needs as the Jaguars are looking for the new coach right now? What do you think?
Definitely need a coach that can get us more offense.
Okay.
More diverse.
Yep. Fair.
I think we were just way too
So you want
predictable. I didn't even watch
offensive
very much.
coordinator types? Those guys?
It doesn't matter to me. Just
Okay.
somebody who has a track record of being creative,
Okay.
being electric, and scoring a lot.
Yep. Brandon, how about you, man?
When I think about it, like, it's so funny because we averaged about 18 points a game this year.
Yeah, roughly.
But we gave up about 25 or 26.
yeah.
So I think about a bundle package, right? So when you think about a bundle, right? So I think about, okay, if I'm going to get a head coach as an offensive coordinator, then let me get a defensive coordinator. So I need a coach and a coordinator, whether it goes from offense or defense.
Yep.
I think Jacksonville needs a coach in that particular area and a coordinator.
Totally.
Because based on those two averages, it ain't rocket science, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's-
Coach, I mean, hit the nail on the head right there, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's exactly what's
I look back when I was a head coach, obviously I didn't have, Jerry made a lot of decisions on some things that I wasn't able to make decisions on.
Yeah.
But the bottom line to me is if I had to do it over again, I had the defensive guy. I should have spent more time getting ready to call the plays and do everything on offense because we never had a coordinator that was really what you're talking about.
Yep.
And when that comes, you have to have the balance of what's going on.
Yeah.
And to me, I think they need someone, first of all, it's got to be a leader.
Yep.
And that guy has to be able to tell people basically what to do all the time as opposed to let athletes of today are different than the athletes
No doubt.
20 years ago. You could say whatever you want, but the discipline part of everything is the same.
No doubt.
So you look at, I said this in one of the earlier times on the show, Tom Coughlin is a perfect example because Coughlin had his way at Boston College where you played.
Yeah.
And then he had his way at Jacksonville. And then when he got to the Giants, it was a little different
he learned
area, and he mellowed a little bit without stopping the discipline part. Because he was still tough and consistent. And that's what I think we.
Then he came back here, and they're one penalty away from the Super Bowl.
Absolutely, and then they ran him out of here, which was the biggest mistake, in my opinion, that Shad Khan has made over the course of all this time.
I agree. All right, fellas. Well, thanks for being here. Really appreciate that. Brandon, best of luck, my man.
Thanks,
Bryan,
always good to talk to you.
All right, man. Check out their profiles, this conversation, and many others at the dailynewsnetwork.com website. Until next time, y'all stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on the Horse's Mouth.